Hey you Mexicans, welcome back to this new video where I'm finally back after a week because of that whole community guidelines strike. I'm going to be uploading a video on that soon as I've already made a video on it and I'm going to edit it a lot, but basically yes, I've been on a community guidelines strike for a bit now. So that's quite literally why I wasn't able to make videos for quite a bit. Also, besides that, today we're actually going to be doing something that Agisto has done before me, which is ranking each WICSO country moderately on a tier list. And of course, we're going to be beginning with Pacifica. Pacifica is one of those countries that I've never really cared about uniting, but I kind of respect their hustle for uniting. So with that being said, I'm gonna put them in C tier. They're average at best. I don't dislike them. I just think they're average. Then we have I think this is Canadian Unitaria. I respect Unitarianism in general, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in A tier. America, I'm gonna put them in A tier just because I understand how important they were throughout the series. Plus, they've done pretty good things. Well, modernly, they've done pretty good things, but even with the whole War of the Elise thing, they've been pretty important. Um, I think this is Mexico. They could share a tier with America. Central America, I never really cared for them that much, especially considering that they haven't done much anyway. I'm gonna put them in D tier. I think this is Venezuela or like Colombia or something. I respect the hustle. I'll put them in C. Ecuador. I'll probably put them similarly to Central America. They haven't done much. Peru. Eh. I'd probably go like C tier here. So yeah. Brazil's definitely an S tier country though. They've done pretty good stuff modernly and like also they're just iconic. Um that blue South American country, you can share a tier with these two. You haven't done much. Orange South American country, basically the same thing for you. Red Uruguay. Uh they've had some importance. Like they've gained and lost land, and I do respect the hustle, but you're not as good as the A tier countries. So they're going B tier. Chile, I don't dislike their country actually. I thought them uniting was actually a pretty good idea because like I remember that these two were united at one point, and then I kind of hated the split up of these two, so I'm just gonna put them in A tier. And then I think this is Brown Uruguay. I really do not I really do not respect these people because, like, after the whole fascist war pretty much ended, they kind of became a coward and, like, gave in to South America's demands. So I'm putting them in garbage. Um, the South Patagonian country. Um, I'll put them in B. I kind of respect the hustle. South Africa. Definitely one of those countries that belong in S tier. Is it because South Africa was just very important throughout the series and like especially with like the whole economic alliance? Madagascar, garbage. I seriously did not like the fact that Blue Madagascar was kind of overthrown and became Pink Madagascar. I hated this so much. I hope they rot in hell. Tanzania, you're also fucking garbage. Because your dumbass decided to start a damn war. Like, you start to freaking invade, like, African Unitaria as a false flag operation. And then when World War VI came out with the whole alternate thing, you decided to be ignorant and just invade the African Unitarians anyway. I hate you. I hope you rot in hell. But that being said, African Unitaria, they can share they share the same tier with Canadian Unitaria. Same place actually. Now, the Gold Ethiopian team, they've been through way too much in history. As the Gold Ethiopians have been like up and down, especially during the fascist era. Their fascist era alone is what would put them into garbage, so I'm gonna put them there just because, well, their whole it was kind of garbage with the whole Gold Ethiopian like genocide and stuff. Yemen, respectfully, I think they should go in garbage. They really should have just been a part of Mesopotamian Unitaria. Be for real. And this country, I'll put them in F because they quite literally haven't. Actually, no, I'll put them in D, similar to all these ones. Cause they haven't really done anything. But I also don't really root for the country either. So yeah. South Sudan, respectfully A tier. I think South Sudan is the true Sudan. And I think we should put North Sudan in fucking garbage. I don't understand why these two have to fucking split up, but I never actually liked that. Anyway, this country. I'll put them in B tier. They haven't done much, but they're like respectfully their country like contributing to like the Great African War and like them wanting to join African Unitaria pretty much alone makes it a pretty solid country actually. Brown Nigerian country. And it's one of those D tier countries. They haven't done much. Orange Africa. They got a good comeback. Plus, I actually like Orange Africa. Not as much as the other countries, but they're still respectfully in B tier. I respect them. As Mara or Mauritania, I never really saw the importance of them, but I never really saw too much of this hate for them. So they'll go in C tier. They kind of deserve C tier. And West Africa. Oh boy. This country goes straight into garbage. Because it honestly should have been the African Union that stayed, not West Africa. And West Africa betrayed humanity by joining the Alternites anyway, so they basically just, I basically have no respect for them. Meanwhile, this blue Central African country, I like it. They haven't done much, but I don't disrespect them. I actually kind of like them. So, yeah. Libya. I never really... Okay. I dislike Libya during their fascist stuff, but I never really had a like for them either. I think they can just go F, especially because of the whole Libyan civil war thing, and like how they were like pretty much aligned with Russia for a bit, like dictatorial Russia though. Mediterranean country. I like their borders. I say they share an A tier. Now, I really didn't like the whole neo-authoritarian phase, but I don't really discredit them for that, especially because like neo-authoritarianism was basically made out of worry for well, you know. Anyway, the Egypt. I'm gonna have to give them an S tier here. I actually respect Egypt. They've been through so much, and yet they still remain on the map. Dark Scientine. A tier. I didn't really exactly like how Iberian Unitaria split up, but I do respect the Dark Scion team and ultimately the White Iberians. They share the same tier, especially because they were under the same thing for so long. But anyway, Green France. I'm gonna be for real. Green France, you rely too much on the Dutch. Plus, I didn't exactly like the fact that you were one of the main causes of you dismantling Iberian Unitaria. Even if the Dutch had a role in it, I'm still gonna put you in garbage just because of that. The Dutch has like a whole different history that gets them a slight pass from it because they didn't really do much about it. But you France, yeah, I think you get all the credit. Anyway, I think this is Naples. Garbage. I would have wished that. I kind of wish that Rome united. I'm not even gonna lie. Rome should have, like, Naples should have been under Rome. Don't even get me started on that. Doggerland. A tier because Doggerland actually didn't. Doggerland, yes, did a lot during the whole alternate thing, but respectfully, these are the civilians, and like the civilians like changed their mind afterwards. So yeah. And then Cornwall, garbage because it shouldn't have broken away from Ireland. Wales, also garbage for the same reason. Ireland, S tier country, bro. I've always loved Ireland. They were an extremely good country. Scotland. Now I do like Scotland because they've existed for quite a bit, so I guess I'll give them a B tier. Like even before the whole Ireland thing, I do like Scotland. I'll give them some credit where credit is due. This blue country, garbage. Wait, if that's Doggerland. Oh wait, this is the Dutch. Okay, this is the Dutch. Then if that's the Dutch, S tier. And then Doggerland, that goes to the A tier. Poland, S tier country. I kind of wish it didn't fall off though. Golden Poland, get out of here. I never liked Golden Poland. I'm gonna be for real. Farmers Union, S tier. Um, I think Rome, if I'm not mistaken, could be it probably is Rome. If it's Rome, I'll give it an S tier. It shares it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I'm putting them miles above I'm putting them above the Dutch team, and that's because I just like Rome more. But also the whole fascist era kind of puts them down a bit. Not too much, but still pretty still like pretty equal like the Unitarian countries that are on A here. Yeah. Crete, I never really cared about them, but I do respect their hustle, so I'm gonna give them A tier. They kind of deserve it. This country, god damn it, that's garbage. So the breakup of Greece in general wasn't a good thing, but I do like that Rome won in the end, so I'll give it some respect. But this country just shouldn't have existed. I would have rather it become a part of Mesopotamia Unitaria. I'm gonna be for real. Norway, God, that's S tier. That is actually S tier. Finland, pretty much the same reason as Norway. I like Finland. Okay, Mesopotamia Unitaria, S tier above everyone else. I've always like Mesopotamia works better united, and it always has. I've been an Old Empire fan for quite a bit now. The Old Empire shouldn't have broken up, but the peace treaty of World War III prevented it from ever coming back up until now, which even then, I would debate it definitely didn't break the treaty, especially because it's technically not the Old Empire, it's a new concept. But that's regardless. They still exist, and they become the Old Empire eventually, so what better place to put them than S tier? Golden Ukraine. One of those countries I did end up respecting eventually. Probably close to Farmers Union ranking anyway. This country, eh, C tier. I never really exactly cared about it, but I also don't actively dislike it. Which reminds me, this Nigerian country I actively kind of dislike, but all these countries I either dislike or just haven't done anything at all, and I haven't seen any actual relevance to actually liking them. But these ones I value and respect a little more. So that's the difference between C and D tier for me. Also, Eastern Russian country. Respectfully, this should have just been a part of Russia. And that reminds me, I think Russia. Russia actually goes B tier. I can't give them a higher ranking because respectfully, Russia's been kind of up and down, especially with their whole expansionist thing. But they've also been in like the Holy Russian Empire, which I did not like either. But B tier is the best I can do for them. I don't actively dislike them, but I don't think they're as good as all these countries anyway. Persia. One of those countries I can get behind. It's not the best country, but it's still A tier for me. This country, garbage. Just get out of here. Orange Afghan country. And this one I'll give A tier too, because I really actually like the Orange Afghan country. They've been respectable for me. I just don't really care about their I just really wish that they didn't like take as much oil Korean land as they did, but in the end I really do like them anyway. Green Caspian country. I'm gonna be for real. Respectfully, you should just be a part of Caspia itself. Also, is Caspia on this ranking? I mean, if they are, we all know what they deserve. They deserve S tier, but okay, this country, eh. They're the only remnant of like the East, like the North Old Empire, so I can kind of give them respect and give them B tier. They didn't really done much though, so I don't know about that one. Pink team, I'll give them S tier. Actually, they're pretty important for the series. Gold team, I'll give them a C tier. I don't really find I respect the country, but I don't really find it as good as like these other countries up here. Tibet, goddamn garbage, bro. Not only has Tibet betrayed humanity, but they're also like the main freaking reason as to. They're also the main freaking source of stupidity in like Asia, pretty much. Like Tibet should have like I had respect for Tibet like before the alternate thing, but now I just don't anymore. India, respectable A tier, not S tier though, because Mesopotamia Unitarian is better, and like India really just kept going against it. But at least up until that rebellion. But anyway, A tier for India. That seems fair. This country, eh. I'm putting in the C because I haven't really done much. This country, same thing. Mauritius. Oh, Mauritius. You don't go in garbage, but you definitely don't go in anything above F tier, so I'll put you F tier. Bangladesh, easy S tier. Bangladesh really persisted throughout modern day, even when they were broken up into the multiple Bangladeshers. They really reside in this blue Chinese country. Garbage. It honestly should have just stayed a part of China. This China, garbage. I wish it stayed democratic. South China, A tier. I respect the country. Vietnam, uh, S tier because their history really goes deep into the series, and at least they kept trying to be a pretty powerful country. They're persistent, so that's what gives them S tier. Korea, S tier, but close en- close enough to like these four, or these three. Manchuria, A tier. Their teaming with Korea has been pretty good, but I don't find them as an S tier country. Um, that's Siberia, I think. I respected them. I like their color. Plus, they're just a pretty chill country. Japanese Unitaria, you pretty much share the tier with all these Unitarian countries. Philippines, I do like you. I'll give you A. Indonesia, um, you go slightly into S tier, but you still kind of go a point above the rest of them. You go into S tier, but lower S tier. This country, I mean, respectfully, they haven't really done much. I'm gonna be for real. I'll give them like, D tier, but only because like I do not think they're an F country, but I do not think they're a C country either. Go Australia, kind of a C. They've been gone for too long, but I actually wish they stayed independent too. Red Australia, actual garbage. They're the first ones to betray humanity, and they basically worked with the alternates the entire time. New Zealand or Zealandia, same fucking thing. Just go down there. And in Iceland, uh, B tier because even though they haven't done anything, I do kind of respect the country. So apparently that's all the countries that are on this list because I don't even. Why haven't they added all the countries? But yeah, anyway, that basically ends this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a new video. Peace out.